Hello everyone, this is Raghav SM at the GATE Academy. In this video, we'll solve a GATE question from Theory of Machines. It's a very good GATE question. So many students have a confusion on this question. If you look at the question is like this. You can see the question on the board. In the mechanism given below, if the angular velocity of the eccentric circular disk is 1 radian per second, the angular velocity in radian per second of the follower link for the mechanism at this instant shown in the figure is. So he is asking us to find out angular velocity of the follower given angular velocity of the eccentric disk. So this question is a question from velocity analysis. Velocity of one link is known to you and you are required to find out velocities of some unknown links. Okay. So this question can be easily solved by instantaneous center method of velocity analysis if you are very good in locating instantaneous center of centers. The question is, the diagram is something like this. This is the diagram that's given in the question. So in this diagram, he is saying that velocity of this angular velocity of this eccentric disk is 1 radian per second, and he is asking us to find out angular velocity of this follower link. So I am calling this link as fixed link. This is fixed link. This is link number 1. I am calling it as link number 1. This is also fixed link. I am calling it as link number 1. This eccentric disk. So I am calling this eccentric disk as link number 2. This is link number 2, and the follower link is link number 3. These are 3 links. So you get angular velocity of one link. Omega 2 is given in the question. So he is asking us to find out omega 3. So now you know angular velocity of one link. You want to find out angular velocity of another link. So you can solve the problem by using relative velocity, angular velocity ratio theorem. Angular velocity ratio theorem is like this. So it's omega m into, so distance between I1m, Imn is omega n into the distance between I1n and Imn. So here it's for m and n links. If I write for 2 and 3 links, so it is omega 2 into distance between I1 to 2, 3 is omega 3 into distance between I1, 3 and I2, 3. So if I want to solve this problem, I need to look at the instantaneous center I1, 2, I2, 3 and I1, 3. If I can look at these instantaneous centers, I can find the distance between these instantaneous centers and I can solve this problem. And here, so you should know how to look at the instantaneous centers. Whenever 2 links are connected by a turning pair, so the instantaneous center for these 2 links will lie at this point. 1 and 3 are connected by a turning pair, therefore I1, 3 is going to lie here. So here you can see this is link 2 and this is link 1. Link 1 and 2 are connected by a turning pair here, so I1, 2 will lie here. I1, 2 lie here. So we have Aron-Kennedy theorem. So from Aron-Kennedy theorem, so if there is relative motion among any 3 links, then the 3 icenters formed from them must be collinear. So here there are 3 links and the 3 links are having relative motion among themselves. Then I can say like this, the 3 icenters must be collinear. So according to Aron-Kennedy theorem. And here you can see I already located I1, 3 and I1, 2. So I need to look at the common instantaneous center of rotation for links 2 and 3. I need to look at the instantaneous center of rotation for links 2 and 3. If you see links 2 and 3, the relative motion between links 2 and 3 is, I can say it's a combination of rolling and sliding. So, or I can say like this, you can see the contact between links 2 and 3. The contact between links 2 and 3 is a higher pair. So whenever you are having a higher pair, for a general higher pair, whenever I say general higher pair, you can see higher pair. So higher pair is that pair which has point contact or line contact. But we are not interested with the type of relative motion happening over there. It can be pure rolling or it can be pure sliding or it can be a combination of rolling and sliding. So for any general higher pair, the instantaneous center of rotation will lie somewhere along the common normal at point of contact. So here it's also a higher pair. 2 and 3 are forming higher pair. Since they are forming higher pair, I say like this, the instantaneous center of rotation for links 2 and 3 will lie somewhere along this common normal. Okay, this is the common normal. And if you look at this line, according to Aron-Kennedy theorem, so the 3 icenters must be collinear, therefore it should lie on this line. And according to higher pair concept, so I2, 3 should lie on this common normal. If you look at this point is common for both the lines, so therefore I say I2, 3 is going to lie here. Okay, so since this is normal for the circle, it passes through the center of the circle. So omega 2 is angular velocity of eccentric disk that is given in the question. It's given as 1 radian per second. The distance between I1223. Distance between I1223. So this is given in the question. It's given as 5 mm. I need to find out angular velocity of the follower, that is link 3. And the distance between I13 and I23. This is 50 mm. So from here I can find out omega 3. Omega 3 is 0.1 radian per second. Okay. So this point is very important for a general higher pair. So instantaneous center of rotation lies somewhere along the common normal. So depending upon the relative motion between the pairs of the links, we decide where exactly it lies. Okay. Thank you.